Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's 9:56 in the evening and still today is October 4, 2023. Um I hope you are doing better. Okay? So sinisipon ako guys kasi I'm out with some few old friends. Yeah, like minute ko lang sila. Mabilis lang. Okay? So nakisingit sila sa schedule ko. So pinagbigyan ko naman kasi pinuntahan nila ako. Okay? So I need to really people should actually tell me ahead of time if they wanted to see me kasi madami tayong priorities and marami na tayong ginagawa sa life right now. So yan, I'm doing my best to meet them and I hope they make wag silang pabigla-bigla kasi I really can't go na this time. Siguro next year, but right now, until the end of this year, they have to make schedule. They wanted to see me. Ayan. So, sinisipon pa rin ako. Guys, naloloka ako. Hindi, sinipon ako bigla. Hindi ko alam. Is it the weather or something? I don't know. Or maybe because I drink so much cold water. Water. Ayan guys, let's proceed. We're on to page 170. And 171, we're trying to finish this book as usual. And our goals and agendas for the upcoming month. So, I really wanted to do my best para switch na tayo to other book, which is also a relevant books that you need to hear. More interesting. Ayan. So, huwag niyo napansinin yung sipon ko and my voice. Just proceed, guys. Okay? So, some people will disagree strongly with the description of how drugs affect the mind. After all, for the past quarter century, we have been told with increasing confidence that drugs are consciousness expanding. With increasing confidence that and that using them enhances creativity. But the evidence suggests that while chemicals do alter the content and the organization of consciousness, they do not expand or increase the self-control over its function. Yet to accomplish anything creative, one must achieve just such control. Therefore, while psychotropic drugs to provide a wider variety of mental experiences than one would encounter under normal sensory conditions, they do so without adding to our ability to order them effectively. Ayan. Nisipon tayo. Many contemporary artists experiment with hallucinogens in the hope of creating work as mysteriously haunting as those verses of the Kubla Khan that Samuel Coleridge allegedly composed under the influence of laudanum. Hindi ko sa inyo ma-explain masyado guys yung iba, although I wanted to add some more kasi nga my feelings are not doing the feelings. Easy one ako guys. Sooner or later, however, they realize that the composition of any work of art requires a sober mind. Work that is carried out under the influence of drugs lacks the complexity we expect from good art. It tends to be obvious and self-indulgence. A chemically altered consciousness may bring forth unusual images, thoughts, and feelings that later, when clarity returns, the artist can use. The danger is that in becoming dependent on chemicals for patterning the mind, he risks losing the ability to control it by itself. Much of what passes for sexuality is also just a way of imposing an external order on our thoughts of killing time without having to confront the perils of solitude. Okay? Wait lang. Wait lang, guys. Continue. The same argument holds for what might at first For what might at first sight seem the opposite of pleasure, masochistic behavior, risk-taking, gambling, these ways that people find to hurt or frighten themselves do not require a great deal of skill, but they do help one to achieve the sensation of direct experience. So even pain is better than the chaos that seeps into an unfocused mind. Hurting oneself, whether physically or emotionally, ensures that attention can be focused on something that, although painful, is at least controllable, since we are the ones causing it. So the ultimate test for the ability to uh, control the quality of experience is what a person does in solitude, with no external demands to give structure to attention. It is relatively easy to become involved with a job, to enjoy the company of friends, to be entertained in a theater or at a concert, but what happens when we are left to our own devices? Alone, when the dark night of the soul descends, are we forced into frantic attempts to distract the mind from its coming? Or are we able to take on activities that are not only enjoyable, but make the self grow? So sorry. May nagsisip sa brain ko. Like some scenarios from work. Because it's really funny. And there's one of my coworker like um when one of the other, my other work co-work is saying something to the patient. Like it's a foul thing to say those thing, but uh, my coworker and I are just like looking at each other and like, whoa, that was too much. So wala lang guys, naalala ko lang, continue na tayo. So to fill free time with activities that require concentration, that increased skills that lead to the development of the self is not the same as killing time by watching television or taking recreational drugs, although both strategies might be seen as different ways of coping with the same threat of chaos as defenses against ontological anxiety. The former leads to growth, while the latter merely serves to keep the mind from unraveling. Wait lang, kalmahan nyo lang. Kalma lang kayo guys, kasi sa bahay lang naman tayo. Ako pala. Ano na guys, ganito pala yung feeling na parang gusto kong bakasyon ulit ng 1 year. Pero feeling ko, hindi na to matatapos. Like, there's so much thing to do, there's so much work to do, there's so much things to accomplish. Kaya, gagalingan ko na lang talaga mag-time management. So, yun. A weakness ko yun, guys. I love leisure. I love doing nothing but earning. Well, I can do that naman. I'm doing that actually. From one of my... Basta, guys. Ayoko na magsalita. Basta. So, yan. So, thank you to all my friends who are helping me along the way to meet my goals. Yan. Salamat sa inyo, guys. Kaya although hindi ko kayo personally napapasalamatan, maybe, you're watching my channel. Continue na tayo. Wala tayo. So, a person who rarely gets bored, who does not constantly need a favorable external environment to enjoy the moment, has passed the test for having achieved a creative life. Learning to use time alone instead of escaping from it is especially important in our early years. Teenagers who can't bear solitude disqualify themselves from later carrying out adult tasks that require serious mental preparation. A typical scenario familiar to many parents involves a teenager who comes back from school, drops the books into the bedroom, and after taking a snack from the refrigerator, immediately heads for the phone to get in touch with his friends. So, usually, ganito talaga yung scenarios. So, I hope if you are on your teenage years, diba? Try to be more responsible. Kasi, I have noticed that teenagers nowadays are so reclamador. Like, they complain a lot for all the simple things. 'Di ba? I think they are brats. Not all of them naman siguro. Some. But they will learn it along the way kasi things now, you have to really value everything right now kasi economically speaking, not everyone is as blessed like us, diba? If you are watching me, you really have to be grateful kasi you have Wi-Fi, you have a house, you have a phone to watch, right? So consider yourself already that you are lucky, or like blessed, or like you belong to those people who are somehow thriving. Okay, so yun. Kasi like last time, 'di ba? I was complaining about my resources with a friend. So we were out there, we're drinking Yakult. We're drinking Yakult. So and I was like, oh, I have not naman complaining. It's just that I'm stating facts. But for me, yeah, it's kind of, sige na, let's say it's complaining. So, as I was complaining, and then I saw this girl. So, I saw this girl who is, like, he doesn't, paano ba? Yung dwarfism, do you know that sickness? Yeah, she has like that disease, illness, whatever guys. Basta ganun. Hindi ko kasi ma-explain sa inyo na ma-elaborate kasi naiirita ako sa sipon ko. Anyways. Yan. Yan. So, yun. She was walking there and I was like, damn, I am really blessed. So, like, ding dong, like, sometimes talaga, when you're complaining about life, like, just look around you. Kasi, there are people that are really, really struggling. Diba? Food, diba? Diseases, illnesses, toxicity at home, toxicity where they live, their crazy environment. So, if you are not one of those people, so, just pray for them. Kasi, they really need your prayer. Nakakatawid, guys, yung prayer to basta nakakatawid siya ng situation ng other people. Okay, you may not realize that, but for sure guys, I guarantee you that it's working. Okay, especially if it's from the bottom of your red heart. Continue na tayong daldal ko kasi naman. So, if there is nothing going on there, he will turn on the stereo or the TV if by any chance he is tempted to open a book. The resolve is unlikely to last long. To study means to concentrate on difficult patterns of information, and sooner or later, even the most disciplined mind drifts away from the relentless templates on the page to pursue more pleasant thoughts. But it is difficult to summon up pleasant thoughts at will. Instead, one's mind typically is besieged by the usual visitors, the shadowy phantoms that intrude on the unstructured mind. The teenager begins to worry about his looks, his popularity, his chances in life. So, usually, ito yung mga worries ng teenager. So, kasi teenager, no matter what they say, that they don't, hindi sila, no matter what they say, that they are not easily influenced by other people. Believe me, guys, since they are, like, not yet adults, fully adults, so, at the back of their head, they are worried about the opinions of the people that they surround themselves with. Okay? So, be very, empathic towards teenagers kasi they're having the phase and the time of their life, so they really need complete 180-degree 360-degree guidance. Diba? So, ayan, I'm just saying, kasi, ganun talaga siya. No matter, when I really think about it, even my friends are like that. I know, now that I have, my brain is fully, good, that I am already at this point of my life, I understand many things na. So, to repel these intrusions, he must find something else to occupy his consciousness. Studying won't do because it is too difficult. The adolescent is ready to do almost anything to take his mind off this situation, provided it does not take too much psychic energy. The usual solution is to turn back to the familiar routine of music, TV, or friend with whom to while the time away. Yan. We're done, guys, with our reading session for tonight. Tinatry ko talagang mahabol to kasi I wanted to have a new chapter like before my birthday. So, November siya. So, sana matapos na natin this book before November hits. That's next month. Ang bilis ng araw. You need to double time. Make time. Make time for me, guys. I mean, 2 pages a day is something. You need me. You need those words. Okay, so, pag may hindi kayong maintindihan na word, maybe it's Latin, maybe I pronounce it wrong, kayo na bahala. Malalaki na kayo, ha? Hindi na kayo mga alagain. So, matatalino naman yung mga viewers ko. So, find your path here on earth. Okay? So, ayan. Sarap ng hangin. Always remind yourself how blessed you are. Kasi, ganun. Maraming ano guys, hindi masyadong blessed. They chose that path. Subconsciously, consciously, okay? So, you always have a choice. Kaya nga tayo may free will. Free will, right? So, it's a blessing. You can decide who you want, what kind of life do you want, okay? It's a matter of ano lang, discipline, motivation, and all of that. Okay, so huwag kayong mawawalan ng hope. Ganon. Sige na, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future. Our future. Together is amazing. Sige na, guys, ha. Nantok na ako kasi. 10:15 na. Tulog na tayo. Good night.